Welcome into Trivia Night Live, a weekly trivia show where you, the viewer, get to compete for prizes, glory, and your name getting shouted out numerous times over a 1-hour broadcast. It's going to be a little bit of a different show tonight if you didn't get it from the intro. I am Joey Wright. Joining me, as always, is my handsome co-host, Jake Bryant. Jake, how are we doing tonight?
Doing good, Joey. Knoxville Airport kept me away last week. I think Hutch did a great job filling in, but happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here. Hutch is actually in the league tonight. He's drafting with us. We are going to be doing our Players League draft tonight. Very excited for that. But Jake, we are not alone. Joining us tonight, we'll have a bunch of guests tonight. But first and foremost, we have two very special guys to kick off the show with us. The co-founder of Footballguys, a 0-time winner on Trivia Night Live, but we let him come on because he keeps the lights on. Joe Bryant. Joe, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Good, buddy. Happy birthday. Glad to be here.
I pulled all my birthday favors to get all of our guests tonight. Also joining us is the host of the Fantasy Football World podcast. It's kicking butt out there. Just launched. Our good friend, Paul Charchian. Paul, how are we doing?
Good. It sounds like I'm new to the industry, doesn't it? We just started this fresh new podcast and trying to, see if we can get a little traction with that. Yeah.
Everybody's got to start somewhere, Paul.
Right.
Right. Paul, I want to ask you a question because I watched the Staying Alive video, which I did enjoy. My question, did you already own the suit and jazz flute, or did you have to go buy them?
I have an extensive collection of 70s leisure suits, and so it was just a question of, which one I wanted, which had the widest lapels, so yeah. And I look like somebody who would certainly play a woodwind.
I would say.
Yeah. And I've got a very delicate mouth. I can't use a reed. So it really only left the flute as a woodwind non-reeded option. And so, yeah, I didn't, by default, I ended up as a flute player.
Awesome. Well, love to hear that. Well, thank you so much, guys, for being here with us. Jake and I, usually Jake has to listen to me all by himself, but now he has you two to kind of partner with on this. So this is great. But we are doing a draft tonight. So I wanted to ask you guys real quick, and then we're going to say hey to the chat and bring them in. What is your overall strategy heading into a normal redraft league? Paul, I'll go to you first. What's your normal, do you go in with a strategy or no?
Most years, this is going to sound dumb, but this is broadly speaking, most years I want to know where does it all pivot on tight end? Who's the tight ends that I want to get? And then, slot them in where I'm going to go. And then I build around the tight end spot because I hate being short suited at tight end. And so I tend to gravitate towards better tight ends. Does that mean I need to go in the second round, the third round, the fourth round? Or in the case of this year, I'm sloughing for a particular one or two guys that I think I can get round 10, round 11. And then I start building from there. So for me, most seasons, I figure out what my tight end strategy is and build on that.
Okay, so you like some of the later tight ends this year?
I do this year.
A few of them.
I think it's a deep year.
Joe, what about you? What's your? I think everybody kind of knows what your overall strategy is. But
Joey, I'd be remiss. It's got to be value-based drafting, and that is its own. It's all about positional scarcity and value at a position, and that changes from draft to draft. I'm currently in our staff league with a 14-team super flex. And that's just crazy for quarterbacks. Then, you're going to start 28 quarterbacks, every week, and somebody's going to be starting Deshaun Watson maybe and Shedeur Sanders. It's crazy. So I'm never on the got to have a running back early, got to have a quarterback late, whatever it is. I'm way more on value and letting it come to you because they're also different. And Draft Dominator tool is built around that. So to plug ourselves, but that is the extension of value-based drafting to where anybody can do it, and it automatically adjusts from every league. So it's what I use on all my drafts.
I knew what your answer would be, but I also know how important it is. So
thank you,
Jake. I'm not going to ask you what your strategy is.
Yeah, you guys got to share now. Are you drafting against each other?
No, it can't give away.
What's fun, I will say, before I ever joined Footballguys, and maybe it's one of our guests tonight, Heath Cummings from CBS is going to be on later on the show. I kind of learned from Heath when I was playing the game of just value-based drafting, and he is from what we call it, the Footballguys learning tree. Heath is from there. So yeah, value-based drafting kind of always appealed to me even before I had ever heard the name Joe Bryant, which came very quickly once I got into understanding what it meant. So yeah, awesome. I am excited. I'm going to go through our guest list real quick, and then we will say hi to the chat. You've been waiting so patiently, chat. The rest of the guest list tonight, joining us tonight, Dave Kluge and Jeff Bell from Footballguys. The first and second couple, I guess you could say, of Trivia Night Live, Brian and Alyssa Hartman from Too Much Fantasy and Too Much Movies will be here with us. Jay Felicio from the quarterback list, Keith Cummings from CBS, and then Simon Grunewald and JL Garofalo from Front Yard Fantasy are going to close the show out with us. And who knows, some other people might pop in here as the show goes on. Yeah, I'm just excited that everybody's here. Let's talk to the chat.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you so much. So Frank in the chat has identified the song. Do you know why that is the song? Paul, I'm going to go to you because I think you might have the best idea why Gloria is.
I know the song. Yeah, I don't remember who sang it. I don't know if there's a clue there. Yeah, I got nothing, Joey.
It was the #1 song the day I was born.
Oh,
nice. Trivia there for me.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've always had like a kinship with that song because of that.
Yes.
And it's a fun song.
Yeah.
And for all rights reasons, that is a cover of just the instrumental, and she is not singing on it, so that we don't get yanked down.
Yeah.
That's important.
Good job, Joey.
Do they care? I mean, do they? You don't get a free pass on instrumentals, do you?
Well, I think because we're not monetizing, they don't care. Maybe they've shut us down and we're just talking to air right now.
Right.
It'll all be okay. Barbara Bryant in here. Retro Coach saying yo ho ho. All right. Epic Fail popping in here. How's it going? Happy birthday, Joey. Today's special. Why so many guests? Yeah, I made it all about me. No, I want everybody to get good draft advice right before our drafts. You know, we have the Trivia Night Live boot camp going on right now. This is a big part of it. Our Players League draft. We want to give you some good advice. So we brought in as many of these experts and analysts that I saw fit. 2 every 15 minutes is as much as I can muster, though. Jeff Bolt saying the Joe Bryant. Jeff got coffee with us in Canton, Ohio. Joe.
Hey, Jeff. How are you, buddy?
Jeff Blaylock. All the Jeffs are here tonight. Jeff Blaylock in here. Happy birthday. Scott. Barbara saying hi to Paul. Oh, okay. They're friends.
Oh. Hi, Barbie.
Bourbon Cowboy
awesome.
saying happy birthday, young pup. Thanks, Bourbon Cowboy. Simon Grunewald. Happy birthday. Thanks so much. All right. So lots of happy birthday messages. Excited the chat's all here with us. We got about another 5 minutes before this draft's got to kick off.
Who's got first pick, Joey?
So let's go through the draft order, Joe. That's what a segue. You don't even have a show sheet in front of you, but that was like my next thing. It's all natural. Love it. Our drafters tonight, Charlene, one of our favorites. Let's pull the draft board up so people can see it a little bit. Charlene will be picking first tonight, followed by Loki. And then the Bourbon Cowboy himself will be picking third. Ladarius, the trivia quiz master, is fourth. Jim D in the 5 spot. Frank is not in the chat. Frank is in the draft tonight. So he'll
watch
be
at number
6.
7 there.
Yeah, Barbara Bryant picking 7th with her draft dominator. And then I'll be going 8th. Jeff Bolt, who has told me he has loaded up my rankings and doubled them in draft dominator to make sure that he can snipe me on every pick tonight. Jeff Bolt will be going 9th.
Boy, Jeff.
Then Jake Bryant, Hutchinson Brown, and 11. And then the Hartmans, they're going to share a team this year, Brian and Alyssa. So we want to get a couple more people in our listener league there, in our players.
It's a gauntlet down the stretch, Joey. You would clump us all together at 10, 11, 12.
That's what I do.
You know?
Okay, so we're going into drafts this year. What is your favorite pick, Joe? Do you have a favorite pick this year?
At spot, you mean draft spot?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The ones I'm in right now, I'm at the end, and I like it just because it makes it easier. I like just boom, boom. I'm drafting 12 in one right now, and I love it, and I like that. And again, it depends on the format and the break. Jeff and I did at 3 and at the Southern Bluegrass draft, and took Jamar Chase, and keep knocking on wood here. But yeah, I'm a believer. Well, on that, Joey, something I saw that I've never seen before. They auction off picks out of your free agency bid. I mean, I've seen that before, but I've never seen out of $1,000, there were picks going for $300 and $400, and it just seemed insane to me. And I was like, dude, put me anywhere, and I'll beat you from anywhere. Is what Jeff and I thought. So
there you go.
I like them all.
I'm going to ask you in a second, Paul, but I want to bring something up to Joe that I've not actually said to you. Jeff texted me from the Southern Blacks Fantasy Football Championship draft and said Joe Bryant is happy that he finally got to take Tyler Algier. Joe, have you been holding on to that for 3 years? Because
I have been carrying that
drafted together.
Paul, years ago, 3 years ago, I was bummed. I thought Robinson was not going to get all the work, and I wanted Algier, and turned out he didn't get as much work as, you know, I mean, he got a lot of work, but Algier was a significant, you know, factor. And Joey and I argued, and Joey won, and we didn't take Algier. So I told Jeff we're taking Algier this year.
Okay, so there's all new context for this for me. If you rewind 51 weeks ago, Joe and I are in Scott Fish's driveway.
Right.
We are co-drafting the team that I would end up managing in Scott's league, and Joe insisted at one point that we need to take Tyler Algier. And I was like, wow, that's really strong. Okay, we'll take Tyler Algier. So we did. And
Good.
now I have now
you understand. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. It all really spawned from Joey, Paul. So he did that to me.
The way I remember it is the guy, somebody like took him way too early. And I was like, well, Joe, because I would have taken him like, I need to go back and look at the draft order.
I think we had Robinson too. And it's like, oh, he'll be there. He'll be there. I was like, I don't know, Joey. And he wasn't.
All right, Charge, I want you to tell us what pick you like this year, and then I want you to plug away on the new show, and then I'm going to kick you guys off because two guys that are definitely not as good looking as you just popped up in the room, and we got to bring them up. So,
my preferred draft slot, and I never say this, I want pick 1.
Okay.
I believe Jahmyr Gibbs is sitting on a LaDainian Tomlinson-like season, and that's saying a lot. And this is hyperbole. Obviously, to do what LaDainian did in 2006 is almost impossible, but it's all there for the taking. With David Montgomery out of the way, Jahmyr Gibbs could be sitting on 60 receptions, 70 receptions, because Montgomery ate up a lot of receptions. Pacheco's not going to get those. He should get the vast majority of the goal line work. Pacheco was never good as a goal line carrier anyway, and Gibbs was getting goal line work anyways. He was splitting it evenly with Montgomery. Can get all the goal line work. That offense is going to be potentially just fantastic. And I love the fact that they've got a competent offensive coordinator in Detroit this year. Drew Petzing knows what he's doing. He's been calling plays for 3 years. He's, we're not going to dork around with John Morton this time. If everything falls right, and by the way, they're going to need a lot of shootouts coming as well. Yep. That is still a very suspect defense in Detroit, and a coach who never takes his foot off the accelerator. Up by 25 with 4 minutes left, we're still trying to score touchdowns. I just think Gibbs is sitting on a special season. If I'm in an auction, I'm ready to pay the most money for any one player to get Gibbs on my team. And if I got the first overall pick, he's the guy.
I love it. See, I've been saying the 2 pick because I'm split between Gibbs and Bijan. I'll just take the next best one, whoever falls to me. But I like that you're saying 1 because I want Gibbs. I love it. Paul, tell us about the new show.
Fantasy Football World is basically our old long-running show, which for reasons I'm not going to get into right now, we had to give up, but we got back all our co-hosts, Scott Fish, Matt Harrison, Brian Johnson, and we are back. The debut episode was 2 weeks ago. We debuted at number 31 in the sports category and number 7 in the fantasy football category. Really grateful for all the people that had been listening for years and then migrated over to Fantasy Football World. We also have a chop style format podcast. We've rebuilt that from the ground up as well. Myself and Brian Johnson. It's called Staying Alive, which is the perfect mantra for, both this show, because of the movie theme, and also it's all you're trying to do in a chop league is stay alive. So yeah, there's me pimping all my junk right there.
I love it. Thank you so much, Paul and Joe, for coming on to open the show with us. I can't think of 2 better people that I'd want to start the show. But I'm going to kick you off now because I have 2 other people I want to play.
Happy birthday from
God, yes.
Kurt
Russell shirt. Absolutely love it. Funny, before the show, Paul showed that to me, and I was like, you're not going to believe this. I have that shirt. My bachelor party, we all wore that in my bachelor party. Went out and did our little bar crawl and had a good time. But yeah, we all had the Russell from $5 tees. So you can
$5 tees. They got
they're
some good
sponsoring
stuff
the show tonight, apparently. So
thanks,
Thank
Joey.
you so
Happy
much.
birthday, my man.
thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Happy
Bye-bye.
birthday, buddy. See y'all. Have fun.
Thanks, y'all.
All right. That is going to let us bring on two of our favorite people in the world, Dave Kluge and Jeff Bell. How we doing tonight, guys?
Doing good. Heard Paul was pimping his junk. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any of that or not, but
Well, I'm going to go ahead and click start on this draft and pull the draft board up. The draft has waited 2 minutes patiently. Are you sure you want to start?
Joey, did you get the number one pick on your birthday? Did you get the pick on your birthday? Or are you just kind of going with whatever?
I did a 100-yard dash while I was sitting at the sports bar.
No, it's like the NBA lottery, Jeff. They took it into a back room and just came out and said, "We have decided." That's basically how it happened.
I think the thing that we did this week with Joe, it might be my new favorite way to decide draft order. So you get like your $1,000 fab for the year, and you auction off the spot that you want. That you basically, if you win the first auction, whatever you spend, your remainder is your fab, but you get to pick whatever pick you want. So you can go through, and so basically you'll have half the draft that it really wants their top spots, and this year it was like the ends that everybody's going for, and then the other half nobody spends any money on the spots, so they get $1,000 in fab, whereas a couple of the picks went for $400. So it was interesting to see it that way.
I've got a fun one right now where the PGA Championship is this weekend, and we were assigned random golfers associated with every single drafter, and then based on how they finish this weekend, that's how we get to pick in our fantasy football draft. So kind of like a double randomizer in a way.
All right. I am on the board, and I think I'm going to take JSN. Did anything bad happen to him today that I missed?
Yeah, don't take
my birthday.
He might be the only one that nothing bad happened to.
It's either JSN or James Cook here. I think those are your only two real options. And Jeff Bolt's definitely taking James Cook here.
Do you want to know what Jeff Bolt texted me before the draft? He said, "Joey, I have loaded up Draft Dominator, doubled up your picks so that I can snipe you on every pick you make tonight."
Nice.
So at least he's using the product, you know? What else can I say?
I got to say, I used the Draft Dominator last night for a wild draft. It was a 14-teamer going 30 rounds deep. And once you get that deep, like ADP means nothing. Like you're picking like third-string quarterbacks and wide receiver fives. Draft Dominator was crucial for helping me nail those late-round picks. So good tool that we got over here at Footballguys.
Absolutely. I am going to recap the first round here a little bit. First pick, Jahmyr Gibbs, then Bijan Robinson, Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua. Anything surprise you there, Jeff, with those first four picks?
No, I think the only question would be if the coup is going to be locked in that fourth spot. I do think a suspension's coming. It seems to be indications from the team that they're expecting that. But I mean, when you're playing season long and you're going to lose 1 week out of Puka week 1, I don't think it's going to move him out of the top 4.
No, not one game wouldn't. Where's the line, Dave, for you? If Puka misses 2 games, you moving him down? 3 games?
I mean, even when Schefter gave that report, he said that like there might be a 1-game suspension. So like anything more than that would be shocking at this point. I'm not really even taking that into consideration. Like I'm still taking Puka Nacua ahead of Jamar Chase. I've got him as my 103 in PPR leagues since coming into the league, where Jamar Chase had a head start on him. Like Jamar has been in the league longer than Puka. Puka is actually averaging more on a per game basis. So I think he's the wide receiver 1 this year.
All right, let's see. And then after Puka, Christian McCaffrey, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Dave, you feeling good about that wide receiver episode? Did we sway that pick with Frank?
You know, I have seen that ADP flip-flop over on NFFC specifically. Amon-Ra St. Brown is now going ahead of JSN. I have been there since about May now. I've been making that pick, and I'm starting to see that more and more frequently in drafts.
I got a 109 Jackson Smith and Jigba last night in drafters, and that was unexpected. And yeah, because I've been other platforms, DraftKings, obligatory shout out to DraftKings sponsor as well. That just get the top 5 really locked in or top 6 really locked in. So JSN drop it a little bit.
Hashtag DK sponsor for sure. But drafters is kind of weird. If you look at the players that like regularly fall in drafters, it's all of my guys. Like you talked about Amon-Ra at the 109. I've gotten him as late as as late as 10th overall. And then Drake London, for whatever reason, is like consistently falling into round 3 now. I don't really know what's going on, but like I'm able to start a lot of teams with like Amon-Ra, a round 2 player, and then like some really good value in round 3. I'm liking the values I've been seeing on drafters this week.
Sorry,
I got
had a little
Terrence
chuckle.
Ferguson today, 13 spots after ADP. I couldn't believe it. Like he's going before ADP in every draft I do, and today he went 13 spots after ADP. So that shocked me.
I'm thinking here, guys. I'm on the clock.
I'm mad Joey put me next to an Eagles fan. I knew
It's
no way I
Bowers.
was getting Barkley on the turn.
I think that's what I'm
Bowers
gonna
or
do.
Drake. It's either Bowers or Drake London. I think those are like the two only people I'd really even be thinking about here.
I didn't
Pardon me,
think
Jeff said he was
Bowers-
going to snipe you when he took Kenneth Walker, which is like your biggest fade of the year. So you know that he's lying at this point.
And see, that's what I laughed about because he's like, "Well, I'm going to take Kenneth Walker, so I can." Well, see, he wants to take Kenneth Walker to beat me with Kenneth Walker.
All right.
So there's
like
a little hidden context there.
Drake London
all right.
dropping round 3. Part of me wonders if that's not because of the quarterback play being so bad and all the reports being so bad. Where like you're at the 102, or have the 102, you have Bajan. Do you really want to double up on Falcons with every report being so bad in quarterback play? I think earlier in the season, teams were more willing to be like, two good guys there. Sure, that'll work out.
I like Barb's spot quite a bit, assuming that's B Bryant. That's her at the 107. Those are like the two players that like everybody seems to be big braining this year. I don't know why, but like if you told me at the end of the year that like Jonathan Taylor was a top 3 running back and Nico Collins was a top 3 receiver, I don't think that would surprise anybody. But everybody's always looking for that new fun toy, and that could end up being like the league winning 1-2 right there.
I really hope so, Dave, because I overspent on Nico Collins in a salary cap draft the other day, and I was feeling pretty stupid after it. I'm hopeful.
And I think we started seeing Nico was falling a little bit in drafts because there was so much buzz for Jaden Higgins. And I think with Nico, being kind of the last man standing there, like I don't think Kayshon Boutte poses as big of a threat as Jaden Higgins would have. Like I think this is where Collins should be going in like the top half of round 2.
All right. So I'm going to recap this first round. And Jeff, I want you to tell me if any of these picks just surprise you. If you like anything, just tell me what you're thinking. After Amon St. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, Jackson Smith-Njigba went to Joey. Jeff Bolt took James Cook, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson went to Hutch, and then Chase Brown. Any picks there you think are kind of out of the ordinary? Are you pretty much okay with all those?
I mean, it's pretty close to ADP. You get once you get kind of JSN, Cook, Taylor off the board, then I think between it's usually 111, 110, all the way down to I think like 208, 209. You can see just any combination of players go off the board in that stretch.
Yeah. AJ Brown went to Brian with the next pick, and I like AJ Brown a lot this year, so I like that pick. Saquon Barkley, Devon Achane, Kenneth Walker. Jeff, what's your take on Kenneth Walker this year? I think I've been pretty outspoken of not really buying in at ADP. Where are you at on that?
I think they're going to build the offense around him. I think that's the intention to come in. Now, that being said, he has a boo-boo already. So he hurt his toe already. So we didn't even get a runway on that. I think the intention with bringing him in, and I think the reason why he signed there was to have the offense built around him. And I think they've really been looking for that and lacking that with Mahomes, and especially coming off the injury. But he's already injured. And yeah, it opens up questions on what's going to happen there.
I mean, he has been injured every year of his career as they have tried to use him in kind of a larger role. Last year was the first year that they like significantly cut back his workload. He had been top 15 in opportunity share for his first 3 seasons. Last year, they cut that opportunity share back to 30th in the NFL, and then he miraculously stays healthy. And now we've got Kansas City wanting to build their offense around him, and he is hurt again. I think some guys just aren't built to withstand that sort of workload. So Sigmund and I, we just recorded an episode this morning that's going to be coming out Thursday morning talking about our biggest fades in the early rounds, and we both kind of agree on Kenneth Walker there.
All right. Throw a couple chat questions up here. Question, which one of y'all is coming? Oh, Bourbon Cowboy, you got me. I thought you actually had a question for us. You're coming in second place, Bourbon Cowboy, only to me. Char's in first pick because, of course, she is. Yeah. Thanks for everybody showing up tonight. Jeff, Dave, everything going good with you guys? Like, I talk to you guys a lot every day, but like, I've asked you if you're good today yet.
I'm good.
Okay, good.
It's your birthday, Joey. Everything is fantastic on your birthday.
See, that's except for we lost Dolly Parton today. It's terrible.
Very sad.
That is
Yeah,
very sad.
I think she, we like to talk about a lot of stuff on the show, and like I think she is somebody that kind of everybody agrees on. Just was a saint walking this earth. So very sad. Okay, I am
Joey,
on the clock.
For your girls, did you do the Dolly Parton imagination library for your girls?
So my little sister had it. I earlier today I told Dave, I was like, oh, I had those, but it was my sister that had them. But I just remember those Dolly Parton. The books came from Dolly.
Yeah.
So we did not set it up for my girls, and I don't want to get into the reasons why, but Florida was not on that list anymore. So that's
You got
probably all
Zay
on
Flowers
Wednesday.
here, by the way.
What'd you say?
It's got to be Zay Flowers here, right?
Does it? Did Javante go? Yeah.
Who else? Yeah, Javante went the pick before you.
I mean, I've got
that Ravens O-line isn't worrisome at all.
No, Zay Flowers is going to be the quick target there. He's going to be the first read on those quick passes. I think he's going to be just fine.
That was one of the roughest training camp reports that I think of. And I don't know if it was just the timing, but it was just sad. It was very, very, like, there was nothing good. It was Brian Flores' defense just annihilated them in sessions this past week. And so losing the center there, it's, it's not like Joe and I drafted a high stakes draft and took Zay Flowers and Lamar Jackson stack this weekend or anything, and also drafted Jamar Chase, and Jamar Chase got hurt today too. So, not like anything like that.
I have a feeling he might have made it back to me, but I don't know. Now that once Dave said it out loud, then he definitely wasn't making it back to me.
No,
but
Flowers wasn't making it back to you. That's Hutch's guy. Hutch is very in on Zay Flowers, and I know Jeff Bolt is as well. So I don't know. Jake, would you have taken Zay Flowers with either of your next two picks?
I definitely would have thought about it. It would have been between another receiver, and I won't say his name. I don't think he'll get to me after this pick, but if he does, it'll be the one I take.
I will say, as we start to really head into home league drafts, I think that's going to be probably the player that you're going to see the biggest disparity between if you've been doing industry drafts for getting in the home league. Because I've seen Zay go very, very late in home league type situations relative to people people are taking him in the second round in more plugged in industry leagues, whereas he can fall in around 5 in some home leagues.
Can I blow up your spot and guess the name that you don't want to say, Jake?
It's my pick now, so you can go ahead. You can go ahead and say it.
Was it DJ Moore?
Is not DJ Moore. My heart, I wasn't going to pick
Joey's like, that's my pick.
I wasn't going to pick McMillan, even though I love him. It's actually who I just picked, Lab McConkey.
There you go.
Maybe it's just because I'm just used to watching him dominate Tennessee when he was at Georgia for so long, but there's something about him. I'm excited for him this year.
Awesome. All right. Well, Jeff and Dave, I want you guys to plug away real quick. I'm about to kick you off, but thanks for joining me for 15 minutes tonight. I told you all you need to give me is 15.
Thank you, Joey, and happy birthday to you. Jeff
you.
and I are about to hop off right now and record an episode of The Dynasty Show, where we're going to talk about 32 storylines for 32 teams, keeping you up to date on training camp. Jeff, what else do we have to plug these days?
I mean, Football Guys, everything Football Guys, footballguys.com, exclusively Football Guys. You can find us on socials at the places that we sit on socials, but our content's exclusively through Football Guys, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Nope. And then on every Monday, starting week 1, you'll see Dave, Jeff, and I together on the Fantasy Football Show. Dave will be joining Jeff and I on Sunday Morning Live this year sporadically, so that'll be fun. So yeah, we'll see lots of Dave and Jeff, and then more of Joey, which, I'm not sure anybody asked for that, but they're getting it. So there we go. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I will talk to you probably in like an hour when we start texting each other back and forth. All right, guys, thank you so much.
See y'all.
Oh, I just cut Dave off big time. All right.
No.
Joining us now, Brian Hartman. Uh-oh. Where'd you go, Alyssa? Alyssa Hartman, what's up, guys? Brian, can you hear me?
What's crack-a-lackin'? I can hear you.
There's that smooth voice. I was looking for it. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, birthday boy?
I'm good. How have things been since New York?
It's life is so slow after you spend a weekend in New York. I was like ready to fast walk through the grocery store, and I realized I had to take it down a notch because we don't do that here.
So
it's been great.
In years, I've been teased about my bagel choice with my Nutella cream cheese and strawberries, sliced strawberries. It's delicious. How disgusting is it on a scale of 1 to 10, though, when you see it in person?
Half. I was about to say, I've had a hankering for that thing ever since we got back. That thing looks so good. I get it. I like teasing Joey. I wanted to jump on the train too, but it was just ridiculous. This is a grade A bagel we're looking at here.
I am about to be on the clock. And guys, I want to have some fun in this league. And I got to get my guy. I'm just taking Mika Puka. I'm happy. I got to get my guy. So there we go. All right, I want to recap the second round because we didn't really get through, and I want to hear you guys what you think of it. So going to you guys was AJ Brown. Why did you guys want AJ Brown?
Well, we queued up a handful there. The running backs, it was the big choice between Chase Brown, Walker, Barkley, Hampton. But when it came to wide receiver, man, it just seems like there's a tier break there. And Alyssa's like, let's go Brown and Brown. So we just kind of doubled up there and looking for some sort of sign.
I like the Brown. That's good. And that's two picks that I like a lot. I got Chase Brown as my RB5. I am really in. So I like that pick for you guys. Saquon Barkley, Devon Achane, Kenneth Walker, Brock Bowers to Joey at the 205, Nico Collins, Marion Hampton, Derrick Henry, Drake London, Kyron Williams, Ashton Genty at the 211. That's interesting, Loki. It could be the best pick of the draft. You never know. And then George Pickens to finish off the second round. I'm going to go through the third round too so we can catch up a little bit. Jeremiah Love, Devonta Smith, Malik Neighbors to Bourbon Cowboy, Trey McBride at the 304, Chris Olave, Rashee Rice, Javonte Williams. Jake, I've not talked to you much tonight. You're my normal co-host. Anything in those first 2.5 rounds that kind of throws you off?
First, can y'all hear me? I couldn't hear y'all for like the last 30 seconds.
Oh,
Coming in loud and clear.
Okay, good. Perfect. Sorry about that. Anything weird? I feel kind of stupid taking a quarterback in the 4th round, even though it is Josh Allen. Everything in my body tells me, wait, get, Herbert or someone else later. That might come back to bite me, but he was sitting right there. I feel like I had to take him.
I was telling Alyssa before we got into the draft, I'm like, look, we're gonna wait on quarterback as long as we can. But right there, that 3-4 turn, I was considering it myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I couldn't resist. There were some other players I was thinking about, especially Buka sitting there in Loveland, but I went for it. We'll see what happens.
All right. And I left off at Javonte, Zay Flowers to Joey, Tedero McMillan, Lad McConkey, Josh Jacobs, Brees Hall. Alyssa, I want you to look through the first 3 rounds at all these teams. Which team's your favorite?
Oh, you're going to think I'm lying when I'm saying this, but I'm telling you, I'm giving it a scan. I like your team. I am all for JSN. I love Zay Flowers. I can't really tell you why. I just keep hearing him come up and that he's a little undervalued. And I am a big Brock Bowers fan. I love a tight end, but when I run my team, I want the best of the best when it comes to tight ends because there's not a lot. That's more slim pickings. So I definitely like what your team's got going on.
Thank you so much. Yeah, positional scarcity, getting that tight end one, who I think will be the tight end one in that second round. It was kind of a no-brainer for me. Once Jeff Bolt fell into the Kenneth Walker trap, it was pretty easy for me just to hit Bowers there. Starting off the 4th round, we have Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins, Josh Allen at the 403. And Jake, I don't really hate that pick. I think we just did the quarterback episode yesterday with Dave Kluge for the fantasy football show, Footballguys. And I said, for me to take a quarterback, they basically need to fall a round in draft value. And I would take Josh Allen middle of the 3rd round. So you got him 4th round at the beginning. I don't think that's terrible. Colston Loveland to Jeff Bolt, which I really love that pick. Emeka Ibuka to Joey, Joe Burrow, Garrett Wilson, Tyler Warren, Lamar Jackson, Cam Scatterbu, Luther Burden, and Mike Evans finishes off the 4th round. Brian, any names you're surprised there?
I mean, honestly, when we're going through the Armageddon of injuries right now, it is kind of interesting when you look at, obviously Genty went to 211. Neighbors, we're getting positive reports right now, but there's always that fear. Of course, I mean, he took Emeka Ibuka. Claims it's not turf toe. It's an injured toe, but it's not turf toe. It's not turf toe, right? Yeah. Mike Evans continually banged up, Luther Burden banged up. So it's just, when do people finally want to pull the trigger? When do you fight that battle of injury risk versus that reward of, this is my player, this is the one I wanted a month ago, I'm going after him?
Chat is just from 2 rounds ago on fire about that Kenneth Walker pick. Oh my goodness. Well, I want you guys to tell me, what do you got going on at Too Much Movies and Too Much Fantasy right now? Talk to me about it.
We actually just wrapped up a draft last night.
We did. We drafted a collaborative draft on football movies.
Yeah, Brian texted me to get my thoughts and sent me the board. And I don't want to spoil because the episode's coming out, but my number one movie was not on your list. So yeah.
Ooh, I want to know what.
Did you say it was vetoed, Brian?
Yes, it was vetoed.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm coming back to the show, but I did pitch him an idea for December. Can we say it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Untraditional Christmas movie draft.
I love that. I love
AKA, that. Joey talks about Eyes Wide Shut for 2 hours. Awesome.
Which is perfect because I think last year we did just a generic Christmas movies draft and we all came about it a different way. And I was like, we should have categorized it more. It should have been like a classic Christmas, a family Christmas, a raunchy Christmas, untraditional, trying to mix it up a little bit because I try to put some of those raunchy movies into the Christmas list. I try to get the OG Grinch, which of course down here below me, she wants nothing but Jim Carrey's Grinch. So yeah, we're gonna have to redo those Christmas movies. I'm excited for like you said, 2 hours of Eyes Wide Shut.
Well, listen. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'm excited for it. Jake, you guys need to get Jake Bryant on one of these movie drafts. I'm just gonna pitch him out there for you.
Oh man,
he's got the rust off. He's been doing trivia with me. He knows how to work with a terrible co-host. Get him to go with some good co-hosts.
Joey's taking me under his wing. I've learned a lot about Joey this past year just based off his movie preferences. I was thinking, Joey, did you throw Backrooms in as a Christmas movie?
I did say so. Anytime I see a Christmas tree in a movie, I'm like Christmas movie, like something. Backrooms could be thrown in there. Baby Girl, Christmas movie. Yeah, basically, I'll just talk about all Nicole Kidman movies. Don't do a Nicole Kidman draft though. But all right, let's see what the chat. What's going on in the chat? I meant to have a 1 minute clock, and I apologize to everybody. I might have to reset that to 1 minute after this next round, or we can just cut it off after 10 rounds. All right. I'm concerned with the health, but Walker is explosive. Brian, do you think Walker is explosive?
I think he is. If he can stay healthy, if he's out there, if he gets the opportunity, we've seen what he can do before, but breaking off the big runs. I was excited up until 18 hours ago, when that lingering foot ankle injury that always pops up for Ken Walker just slowly appeared.
I had a thought when I saw this Arsenal Champs 26 that it was my father-in-law, and it is. It's my father-in-law. Saying Kenneth Walker is going to run the gnome right into my living room. I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, DJ Moore is gone. Oh, I am on the clock. All right, so let's see. Now, Travion Henderson left practice with a little injury there. We'll see what Draft Dominator's telling me.
Your guy, he's sitting right there, Joey. Are you serious?
I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't want to get too much. But you know what?
This is the block to do too much, Joey. Come on, really?
I'm going to go Quinshon Judkins. I have him ranked higher than Bucky Irving. I do not want to just lean into the fun factor of this. If Bucky's there the next round, it is my birthday next 4 people that draft. If he slides to me, just, that'd be a nice little present for me. But, we want to draft this league as we should. John in here saying 2 teams going 0 RB. See, I am running the show while drafting and I'm just clicking away. And so I did want to get Javonte. I will say Barbara sniped me in the 3rd round. I was hoping to get Javonte Williams to get a nice wide receiver, tight end, running back start to my draft. Going through these comments, I want to make sure the chat feels. Oh, Die Hard. There's an untraditional Christmas movie. Chat, throw your untraditional Christmas movies now that it's almost September. Throw them in the chat, and we'll talk about them. Oh, Frank's saying, take that, Joey. Well, I'm so glad you guys joined us tonight. I'm not kicking you off yet. I'm just happy that everybody's here.
This is great.
Were you guys surprised how short I was in person? Brian, you actually knew because we met before, but Alyssa did not.
I don't consider you short. I would ask, are you surprised that we are so tall in person?
I knew Brian was tall. When I saw you, I had to get on a step stool to give you a hug because you're pretty tall.
I'm not that tall. I'm not like an Amazon woman.
No,
although there's nothing wrong with that.
There's not. Hutch taking Bucky Irving. Christian Watson, a player I like a lot. Let's go ahead and recap this next round. Going at the top of round 5, Drake May, then Travis Achan. Said it correctly, everybody. David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Roma Dunze, DJ Moore to Frank in the chat to just ruin my birthday for me. Jamison Williams to Barbara Bryant. Joey took Quinshon Judkins in the 5th round. Terry McLaurin next to Jeff Bolt. Carnell Tate, Bucky Irvin to Hutchinson Brown. And then the Hartmans took Christian Watson, a player that I absolutely love this season. Brian, on Watson, are you just confident he's the wide receiver 1 for the Packers, or do you think Jaden Reed slides in there at all? Any Matthew Golden love, or are you just really comfortable with Watson?
I'm really comfortable with Watson. I think if anything, you're going to see Reed and Golden kind of fight for that 1B2 spot. I think that he's going to be the only one. He's the only one I'm confident that's going to be consistent. Tucker Kraft, of course, he's coming back. He says he's good. Also talking about the coaches are going to slowly ramp him up a little bit. But end of the day, man, I think some of this is honestly just doubt on the rest of the team. Doubt on the age of Josh Jacobs. Are they forced to throw it a little bit more? Does Micah Parsons come back ready? Does this defense look more suspect than it even did last year? Could we see a losing record from the Packers if all things fall out of the way we think it should go, which just leads to more opportunities for Christian Watson? So I just think it's a really volatile pick, and here in this 5th round, I'm willing to shoot that shot.
Yeah, he's we'll be doing the My Guys episode in a couple weeks of Football Guys, and spoiler alert, he's my wide receiver, my guy.
Ooh.
Although I'm not getting him in drafts. He's like my guy that I think could really just break out this year, and like nobody's letting me have him. So all right. Oh man. What do I want to do here, guys? I see our next 2 guests. So while I'm trying to make my pick, Brian, Alyssa, plug away at what you guys have going on, and then I'll bring our next guests on. And thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Well, you can find us anywhere you can watch or listen: YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Right now, we recently wrapped up Lucky, which is an amazing short series on Apple TV. And right now we are covering Lanterns, which I will say today I spent 45 minutes with myself with the door shut, rewatching the episodes. I've got my whiteboard going. I need to know what is happening in this show. And I am not a DC Marvel kind of person. So I highly, highly recommend jumping on. And if you want to hear us chat about it afterwards too, check us out on In Between Media.
Yeah, I had to grab her ankles to pull her out of that rabbit hole today. But yeah, to me, it's at too much _ Brian. We've got too much fantasy football, too much movie night. And of course, we're helping out over there on In Between Media with, reality TV, TV shows, and of course, more movies.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you throughout the season for trivia, and I'll see you guys in December for the untraditional Christmas movie draft. Thank you guys so much for being here with us tonight.
Thanks for having us. Happy birthday, Jake.
Yeah.
We get you on a draft as well soon too. Good seeing you.
Absolutely. Thanks, y'all.
All right. Joining me next, I think this is where the roast of Joey Wright comes in. Because I don't know if there are 2 guys. Jay, you're muted. I know this is your first time ever doing a podcast. But Jay Felicio, Keith Cummings, how are you guys doing tonight?
Well, I was doing good until I hopped in here with you, but I at least get to see Keith. Keith. Yeah, this is my first time doing this, so Keith. I like the I didn't recognize you with the facial hair. I like that. Looks good.
I wanted to look as old as possible to make Joey feel a little bit closer about being just that much more middle-aged. Happy birthday, Joey.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, Joey. You know I love you.
I know.
Thank you for inviting me to this birthday party that you threw for yourself.
I realize this day is about me, but I wanted to kind of make it about our listeners, and that's why we're doing our Players League draft. And I wanted to bring on the best minds in fantasy football. But Jamie said no. Dave said no. Dan said no. No, I'm kidding.
But
I had to have
the
you.
joke
Jay
was
as
going
well.
really good until you said Dan.
Dan, yeah, I know. I went too far. Thank you guys so much for being here. I want you guys to take a look at the draft board. Take it in a little bit. Jake's picked. I picked. What stands out to you so far? Maybe as a build, a pick that went late that you like. Jay, what are you seeing?
Well, the first thing I see is I love Jake's Charlotte Hornet hat. That is phenomenal. Absolutely love it. They should go back to that old logo, but I digress. Omarion Hampton in the middle of the second is a steal, in my opinion. I think he's going to wind up creeping up towards the back of the first, one of those first two picks around the turn. And then whoever has Cook and Kenneth Walker, that is a phenomenal start. I am not necessarily someone who drafts like back in 2005 where you go running back, but to wind up with James Cook and Kenneth Walker, I mean, that's going to be a hard combo to beat.
Kenneth Walker's been a hot button on the show tonight. Jay, let me ask you real quick, and then I'm going to go to Heath. What is it about that you like Kenneth Walker with the Chiefs this year?
When we saw at the end of last year, I was very high on Kenneth Walker going into the season because I thought Clint Kubiak would do what he's always done and feed the top guy on his team. But it's his explosiveness, his efficiency, and we saw down the stretch. I mean, running back to win Super Bowl MVP has to do something pretty special. And now that with Patrick Mahomes, why are you asking me about Kenneth Walker? We got the Chiefs fan over here. I can't wait to see what he's actually going to do. He might not. Before the NFL draft, I had Kenneth Walker as my RB3. Now, Emmett Johnson, I do think he's going to come in and play a Kareem Hunt type role, which is going to limit some of Kenneth Walker's ceiling and, bring that floor just a little lower. But the Chiefs are the type of team that know how to maximize the talent of each and every player. And when's the last time that they went out and got a superstar like Kenneth Walker coming off of, his best season as a pro? I think that he's by far the best running back that's been on this team since Jamal Charles. And I think he still can have an RB1 overall season.
Heath, do you have anything to add there? Maybe a counterpoint that just buries everything he just said?
I thought our friend Dave had a good tweet earlier in the day, as hard as that may be to believe.
I'm not going to tell you.
And I think what he said was the expectation for Kenneth Walker, I'm actually just reading his tweet, so it's not what I think he said.
Beautiful.
Is that he'll enter a high-powered offense and become an immediate workhorse. The only problem is that the Chiefs' offense isn't that high-powered, and Walker has never been a workhorse. So I think the things that I've got Walker in high round 2 now because everyone around him has suffered some sort of soft tissue injury. And now I guess he missed practice with a foot today. So I'm skeptical, but where was he drafted? Right. I think he was drafted exactly where I have him ranked. So I have zero hot takes about that pick. I loved your selection of Zay Flowers, one of my favorite players to draft this year. He's one of my guys, and unlike you, I actually draft my guys instead of say that somebody's my guy, but I never draft him. Does that just make you his stalker? Like it's like he's my guy, but he doesn't know it. We've never actually spoken, but I see him everywhere.
It's like Lionel Richie in the Hello video. Like he sees her everywhere he goes, but she's not really there. Right. Like, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Heath, there's another question that I think is very important. This comes from the chat. Heath, wait, no, that's not it. There's too many comments in the chat. Heath, what are the odds on the FFT versus FYF matchup tomorrow?
Well, I get accused too often in doing my projections of just like taking what has happened in the past and projecting that moving forward. And it is true that the most predictive stat for how many fantasy points a guy is going to score this year is how many fantasy points he scored last year. But we have to be a little more advanced than that. So I don't think you can say it's a 98% chance just because I'm 98-2 against this crew in games all time. They stopped inviting me on their show because I won too much.
They canceled the show. It's done. No, it's
maybe that's because I won to. So I mean, it's probably something like FFT's minus 750, something around there. Just for a little factor in a little regression, because I think I've won 98% of the time that I've faced this matchup.
It's gonna go full
and I say
1,000, but that's kind
because I get very little help.
I have been watching The Miracle on Ice on repeat the last 3 days to prepare for tomorrow because, I know it's a daunting task for the FYF guys. But we play trivia all the time. I host a trivia show on Tuesday nights. Like, we should be doing better at this. I'm not going to say that the host has never been different, but it's always been Azer, and I understand he's the host of the Podathon, so you got to let him do it. But
right.
I'm just wondering, might be a little bias there. All right, I am on the clock.
Well, no, I think I was undefeated when I went to their house.
Sounds like excuses, Joey. I tell my son Brooks one where he's starting to do travel baseball, and anytime he's like, "Oh well, the ball was wet and my hand, it slipped." It's like, you're better off just accepting the mistake. Say, I'll do better next time, Joey. I'm going to tell you the same thing. Don't make excuses. Just do better.
I think from now on, you should just say, don't be a Joey. Also, though, I have a terrible, terrible track record of talking trash to Joey and then getting embarrassed in competition, mostly fantasy football. And I made reference. We're going to be facing each other in like 7 different leagues this year. The FSGA Champions League.
Congratulations, you made it up.
The league, I did. I'm gonna thank you very much. And
the master of backhanded compliments. Like,
no. 2 years ago.
No. Don't even.
No,
Sorry,
I'm
I didn't mean to
complimenting
interrupt
him.
you, but
you gave me the motivation I needed. You talked trash about being there, and I wasn't, so I just went and won the damn league.
Yeah, well, which is what you have to do to get up into that league. So congratulations,
yes.
You've joined us. We've been waiting for you. We've had a nice seat, warming up for you. So yeah,
you're just glad that I'm the new guy now. Yeah.
Year 1, I made it in there, and I was like, "What? How did that? What year 1?" And then so yeah. I don't know. I'm glad you're here.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
I thought about like just drafting the highest floor team and not shooting for upside at all, just so I could try to stay in the league for more than 1 year.
That is a strategy. They don't kick out many. I think it's like 3 people a year they boot out. How many ever leagues Digger wants to add?
Yes,
every year.
I think he sent us an email that said it was 4 this year. And yes, Frank, I know where LA, both Louisiana and Los Angeles and Indiana are. I have traveled plenty. These people.
Jake, I want to ask you real quick. How are you feeling about your team so far?
I'm feeling good. I like getting Chuba late in we're in the 7th round. I feel like I really need a starting running back to go along with Achane. So I'm happy with that. I know they're saying it'll be a committee with Jonathan Brooks, but I mean, again, I'm here in Charlotte. I'm a big Panthers fan. Jonathan Brooks has been irrelevant for 2 years since he got drafted just because of injury. And I really don't see him fighting for a starting role when they let Dowdle walk last year after this past season. So, I mean, I feel good about Hubbard.
Okay. I'm going to look at my draft here in a second. I was taking a look at Draft Dominator just to see where I'm probably going to go. Because I loaded my draft rankings into Draft Dominator, which you can now do. That was a nice plug for the product. Let's see. Brian and Alyssa are on the clock. Somebody, I think we got to bring this guy up. Hi, Scott.
Oh, wow.
Hey, what's going on? I just wanted to jump in and wish you a happy birthday. I won't be able to hear you very well, but I can at least wave hi and say happy birthday.
Thank you, Scott.
I definitely can't hear you at all.
Oh, you can't.
Happy birthday, man. Just want to come say hi that. And also, I think I saw Heath was on, if I'm not too mistaken. I can't tell on this tiny screen, but hey, Heath, and hey, everyone in the chat. I'm not. I'm in Orlando, Florida. I don't know if you can see that's whatchamacallit. That looks like Universal behind me. So, yeah, you can pull me off now, Joey.
Okay. Bye, buddy. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday. Yeah, Scott is in Orlando, and he keeps telling me this, but I'm not allowed to come see him, is what he keeps saying. Like, he's like, hey, I'm right down the road, but don't come over. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Kind of like Christian Watson.
Does that.
Exactly. He's the Christian Watson of my life right now, Heath. Well done. Is Scott in a car wash? They do have a lot of car washes in Florida. Could very well be. Well,
it's the next endeavor for Fantasy Cares.
What'd you say?
That's the next endeavor for Fantasy Cares. Is car washes across the nation.
Okay, I'm not going to make a money laundering joke because of Breaking Bad. That's where I was going with
exactly
it.
where my mind went
It's
to.
charity.
Yeah, and I was thinking that all of us Fantasy Cares people were going to do a bikini car wash. So our minds went in completely different places.
I mean, I think
I'm glad that my mind didn't go there, but now it won't stop going in that direction. So,
my Blake Corum just went off the board. I just saw that. I was like, oh wow, he was in my queue. Oh man, I believe my queue got completely washed there. Jay,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please ask me a question, Heath.
Because I am in a league that I don't know if you started it or not. It's a Football Guys league, I believe. Maybe Football Guys and Football Guys alum. And the name of the league is Joey Made Me Change the Name.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what the original name was?
It was, so you were the reason we changed the name. I would need to go to Jeff Bell to ask what it originally was, but I remember that it was something pretty nasty. And I said, listen, guys, I got Heath to join the league. We need to change the name. So Jeff Bell changed the name of the league to Joey Made Me Change the Name. That's the story, but I don't remember how foul it was.
What's the abbreviation for that, by the way?
I couldn't tell you that. Cool guys. Well, you got a couple minutes left and they're going to bring 2 knuckleheads on. But I want Jay to go first. Tell us what you got going on the QB list right now.
Yeah, so I just recently dropped the ultimate draft guide, and it's basically a peek into my mind, which is a little scary, but it's just how I draft, how I approach each part of the draft, each position. And it's more of I like to call it the fantasy cookbook, where I give you the recipe, but you pick your own ingredients. And it's nice, as you know, I like to mix in some humor with my stuff. So it's more of analysis like we're doing right here, just joking back and forth. Definitely some 90s references, some wrestling jokes, a little bit of Betty White here and there. So some good stuff. And dropping my flag plant series this week, starting tomorrow, which is basically You're My Guys, which
awesome.
Zay Flowers may or may not be on my wide receiver list as well.
Love to hear it. Well, Jay, thank you so much for joining us. You are one of my closest friends in the industry, and I'm not going to add any jokes to it. You are just one of the best guys ever. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Heath, oh God, what's Scott have to say now? Go ahead, Scott.
I got nothing to say. I also want to say hi to Jay because I didn't see him on the screen earlier.
That's all right. You're little screen. I get it. What are you in the bathroom? You came to say hello. I appreciate that. That means a lot.
Yeah, that's where I do most of my streaming from. Is the bathroom.
That
as most people do.
I appreciate that, Scott.
Well done. Heath, we're in a draft tomorrow, I believe, or is it Thursday morning together?
Is it another one? We might have 10 leagues together. Like seriously.
We have the same. You were kind enough. I got, I think 3 or 4 people to join my St. Jude's league, and then Heath popped in there and said, "Hey, who wants to run a team with me?" And then they all came running. Filled that league up. So we have our St. Jude's draft. I believe it's Thursday. But what else do you have going on? I know you're just starting out there at CBS. Is it going good for you, buddy?
Yeah. Just trying to
Keep
get
working
my
hard.
feet
You'll make
me.
it one day.
Trying to figure out how to do this thing. No, it's the craziest time of the year. It's draft season and it's St. Jude's season. I was in Memphis last week, did a content creators draft with a bunch of streamers that were all 30 years younger than me, and didn't know anything about fantasy football. So that was lots of fun, but we're just raising as much money as we can. We've got the FFT Open going on. We've got the Draft-a-thon is tomorrow night on YouTube from 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern. That's where we will demolish in trivia once again. And we've got FFT Dynasty going strong. Life is good.
And how do you know how much we've raised for? I shouldn't say we, but I guess how much we've raised for St. Jude's?
You've been an instrumental part of this, so
thank you.
Yeah, so is Scott Fish. I think we are currently, when I looked this morning, we were at 179,000. So we're
amazing,
aiming for 200,000. So we're knocking on the door, and hopefully tomorrow night during the Draft-a-thon stream, Joey will do something insane, and that will cause people to just push us over the top.
I hope, I mean, if we need someone to do something insane, I think might be the one for it. But maybe one of our next guests would do something insane as well. Jay and Heath, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Happy birthday.
Awesome.
Happy
Thank you so
birthday,
much, guys.
Joey. I love you.
All right. I love you too, Heath. Thank
I
you so much. You are my father-in-law's
kind of
favorite
stand you.
analyst still. All right.
Love you,
Bye,
brother.
guys. All right. And then, all right, Jay's gone, so we'll keep Heath. No, I'm kidding.
Fooled you. Oh, wow. Whoa.
What's Scott?
Keith, I'm in that St. Jude draft with you tomorrow, but I'll be at Universal. And JB said it's okay if I auto draft because I'll still probably be able to beat Azer.
That's accurate. I have to do a photo shoot for work tomorrow, and it's the same time as the draft. So I will be drafting while I do a photo shoot. So it's going to be awesome. I'm standing in the way. I will see you tomorrow night.
All right. Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow, Heath.
All right. And joining us is no stranger to Trivia Night Live, my jean jacket brother. Are you wearing a jean jacket?
I am. I wore it for you, but my shirt's gray. I should have done a little more contrast with the undershirt.
That's right. There was a whole conversation before the show of like, should I put on a purple shirt or a lime green shirt to go with it more? And Jake and I decided to stay with the brown. Simon Grunewald from Front Yard Fantasy. What's going on, buddy? How we doing?
What's up? Thank you for having me, Joey. Happy birthday. And
thank you.
As far as who is most likely to do something wild on the CBS Podathon tomorrow that would get a ton of money, I think I've said this before on our show. There's equal chance that it's me or you.
Yeah.
I think you're way more likely to plan something wild.
Yes.
And I'm way more likely to accidentally do something wild in the moment.
I've shown up on the show as a character named Joey CBS, where I got my first gig on CBS and I no longer care about anybody else in the industry, which was really fun.
It wasn't.
I was in a luchador mask one year. So yeah, I like to plan it out. But Simon, you're much more of the improver between the two of us. So
no, you just know how to commit, Joey.
Well, let's say. Simon, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to look at this draft board. I've been asking everybody kind of the same question. What stands out to you so far in this draft? Any players, any builds you like?
I've been peeking at it throughout the stream today, and the team that jumped out at me with a start that I really liked, I don't love their last 3 picks, if we're going to be honest, but it is out of the 5 slot, starting Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Chris Olave. Something that Chart said earlier on the stream really rung true with me, though, for a different position. He mentioned how every year he kind of figures out his tight end strategy and then builds his draft board around that. I'm similar, but at the running back position. There are running backs that I kind of change my strategy around every year. I prefer to go late round, but that doesn't happen every year where like the board falls that way. This year, if I'm in the first half, this is exactly what I like to do. I want to double up on those top tier guys. I'm high on Derrick Henry. I'm high on Christian McCaffrey. I want the elderly RB squad in the middle of the first round. And then Chris Olave in an offense with a young quarterback that we liked, developing that rapport further. It's sexy.
I love it. Scott, what about you? Is there anything you see on the board you're liking? Can you see the board?
I am on a phone and I cannot read a single name. I can see that one team doesn't have any quarterbacks or tight ends. They're on the clock.
Okay.
I can see the team at pick 12 doesn't have a tight end yet. That's about it.
Which color scheme speaks the most to you, Scott?
Yeah.
Which color scheme just looks like it works for me? I'm gonna go with let's go with the orange colored one. I can't even see any players, but it looks like they took a tight end in the 4th and a quarterback in the 10th. Looks like they got 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers. They're pretty balanced. Looks like I have no idea who the players are, but just like eyeballing the colors.
It just looks pretty to you.
It's good energy. And they took one of my favorite quarterbacks. I love Caleb Williams this year. Another year with Ben Johnson. I'm high on him, Rome Odunze, and Luther Burden. But not so much Colston Loveland. So I don't love that that's the stack that they went with for the Chicago Bears.
Oh, I actually like that stack.
I know. I'm a Debbie Downer on Colston Loveland this year. I feel like I look at all of the weapons in that offense and somebody's not going to eat. And I know it was him last year, but as this offense develops further, I fear that he doesn't have a path to being the clear number 2 target on that team or number 1 target. There's more risk there than there are with the other top guys, with the Brock Bowers, with the Trey McBrides, but he's kind of being lumped closer to them than he is to the Sam Laportas, the George Kittles, the Harold Fannons. I just think he belongs down there.
Okay. I'm gonna take off now that Simon has told me what's what. I'm gonna take off and say hi and bye to Jake. he gave me the old 1 2. All right, it's good seeing you as well, Simon. No, I have 2 kids outside in the pool, and they might have drowned by now. I got to go check on them. I don't know what's going on with their.
At least 2 minutes.
I'm sure
they'll be under before. All right. Thank you so much for stopping us, guys.
Have you tested that limit? I'm a little worried now.
All right. Man, let me tell you, running a show and drafting at the same time is never an easy task.
No, it is not. I always think it's going to work well, and then I'm on the clock, and there's 12 comments, and somebody on stream just asked a question, and there's a salesman for AT&T fiber knocking at my door.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jake, you're on the clock. Tell us what's your thought process at the moment.
I'm heading out. See you, Jake. See you, Simon. See you, Joe.
Bye, Scott.
My thought process right now, Joey, is I hope that you can hear me and I can hear you.
Yes, I saw you went away there for a little bit.
I have no idea what's happening, but I can hear everyone now. My thought process is, let me look at my queue. I think everyone's gone.
I hate when that happens.
It's the worst. Okay. There's a guy here that I really want to take. This is a guy.
Ooh. Jake, I'm going to ask you, do you want to stop the stream after the 10th round and finish it off stream?
If you'd like, or we can keep ripping through it, whatever your birthday boy.
I know. I just want to be respectful to Simon's time. And
I'm in Central Time. I got an extra hour.
Okay. How is it? Oh, actually, we should tell you how
Central
it is.
Time. It's the second best time zone if the only criteria is sports viewing.
Oh my God.
Mountain Time is number 1. Central Time is number 2. Eastern Time is number 3. Pacific Time is like a hellhole that they try to convince you makes sense, where football games start while you're still at work, and then you have to wake up at 9 a.m. to watch football. Like, it's do not believe the Pacific Coast propaganda when it comes to sports viewing time. It's a lie.
Oh, Simon, I am going to disagree with you on every account. I have bought into that propaganda. I subscribe to that propaganda, and I will
sell it hard, man. They sell it hard.
Oh my God.
But you spend a week out there, you're in the office, and you have to stay 20 minutes late, and all of a sudden you miss the first hour of Thursday night football. It's crazy.
But when Thursday night kicks off at 8:00 here on the Eastern Coast,
that's why East Coast is third to last.
I agree. Mountain West is for sure the best, and Central. It might pick 1A, 1B for me.
1A, 1B. I'm happy with Central, but Mountain. Every time I visit my sister in Colorado, I'm like, God, the football games are on at the perfect time. Like they're over when I want to go to bed. They start right after dinner. It's good. I love that Stribling pick. The team on the end is. I don't love every pick in the team, but overall, like they got a lot of good value.
Yeah, they've got a lot of upside. I'll say that. Like I could see their team putting up 1 week the most points in the league, and then if things don't go right, maybe the least amount of points. I like that they got Tootin as their RB3. At first I was like, oh God, I really don't like that Tootin pick, but as an RB3, you can see how it pans out.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I love the Brown and Waddle start at the beginning. Those are 2 high upside wide receivers that don't feel like, or that have a fairly safe floor as well. I know they're on new teams, but these are crazy talents and high powered offenses.
Oh man, I've got a wide receiver coming up here that I like. Looking at Jeff Bolt's team, I think Jeff Bolt's probably going to go wide receiver here.
You think so?
He's probably going to take a running back, just so I'll be wrong on stream.
Joey, how do you feel about that Mike Washington pick?
Where is it?
Just happened.
I did it.
Okay, you've got him in the 10th round. I was in a draft the other night where we didn't know with Ashton Jensen. I took him in the 9th round. And I like Jeff Bolt taking Rashad White. It actually made my decision for me. I'll take Jacoby Myers there.
Great pick.
That's a good pick. I like the Mike Washington there. When Clint Kubiak is saying we're not talking about injuries, why don't maybe talk about it? Yeah. It just says I don't trust it, and I don't know. He's a big back. Like he could get some carries if this injury lingers for a little bit longer than we want it to.
Let me tell you why I love it specifically for your team, because you went Devon Achane and then you're like, I'm not going to touch running back again for a while. If Genty misses, we'll say the first 2 or 4 weeks of the season. If it's a high ankle sprain, Adam Hutchinson at Footballguys said that's a possibility. We don't really know at this point, but let's just say 2 weeks. Ashton Genty misses 2 weeks. You've got a top 10 upside running back for 2 weeks. Mike Washington gets to play the Dolphins right out the gate in week 1 at home. Those Raider fans are going to be fired up. I mean, I love that as just a spot start. And then you get to the second week. Third week, you never know what'll happen on the waiver wire. So for your build, I love that for you.
Appreciate it.
Brian saying,
dude, most years.
Go big or go home. Simon, is Maria's birthday today as well?
Yesterday was Maria's birthday.
Well, I need to wish her. She wished me a happy birthday, and then it just dawned on me. Oh, I think we're close.
I'm going to tell everyone my New Year's resolution from last year that has been a major boon in my life this year. Every single time someone I cared about had a birthday, I saved it in my phone calendar. I just put it in there. And then now this year, the days pop up and I'm not forgetting any of my friends or family's birthday. And if I did forget you, it means one of two things. I don't care about you, so you think our friendship is more valuable than it actually is, or I forgot that because I'm not 100% perfect.
Simon, I didn't listen to a word you said because something tragic and terrible just happened on the show.
No.
I don't know how this guy got the link. Fantasy Alarms, Andrew Cooper. How are you doing today, buddy?
Something terrible just happened. I heard somebody here's got a little birthday. Beep boop, beep boop on the nose.
How old are you, buddy?
Happy birthday, buddy. How we doing to our happiest go luckiest movie loving gentleman? How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm better now that you're here. You sent me a happy birthday message and I was like, hey Simon, send the link to Coop. We need you on here. How are you doing, buddy? You're rocking
good.
The two Ninos now.
Yeah, one in the tub, one is just staying up all night, which is really super cool, dude. That is so cool. Honestly, I've been playing I was like, I'll just stay up with the baby some nights for my wife, and then I started playing this game No Man's Sky, and now I just don't sleep. I get a head nod up there. Now I just stay up all night being a spaceman that feeds a baby, I guess. I don't even know, dude. But I'm having a good time with it. I gotta ask, what's this draft strategy you're working on here, Joey? What do you call this? The RB chunk? The RB middle chunk?
Yeah.
It's called Screw Your Dead Zone.
Yeah. Joey's running the show and is just trying to click to keep the conversation going. No, I don't necessarily hate the running backs I got. So Coop, you're the tight end whisperer, so we're gonna talk to you about it. I took Bowers at the 205, and that just feels like that was my demarcation point of my draft. Like now I'm committed to. I wanted Javonte in the third round, but taking Bowers in the second, when I see Colson Loveland go in the fourth, Tyler Warren go a little bit later, I'm not sure how I feel about it at this point. Tell me that I made the right decision.
Here's the thing with Brock Bowers. If you take a tight end in the second, to me, that means you think he's going to have a top 5 season all time, right? And back a couple of years ago when people were doing that with Sam Laporta, I was like, that's a bad idea. But with this guy, I say, you know what? Definitely could, right? He could have the number 1 tight end season of all time, which is 330 PPR points by Rob Gronkowski. The thing is, the reason I say he has to be top 5 all time is that the number 1 flex player and when I say flex, running back, wide receiver, or tight end, they usually score like 400. Christian McCaffrey scored 417, right? CeeDee Lamb scored 400. Jamar Chase has scored 400. So if Brock Bowers comes out, let's say he does tie the best season of all time, 330 PPR points. Does positional scarcity really make up the difference between like him and the very best players? I would say yes, but anything under 300, maybe not. So I don't mind the pick. He's just got to be excellent. The other thing about it is that when you look at the draft board right now, it looks fine. But when you look at your team and he slotted into your tight end slot, I can't help but look at my team and be like, where are my good players?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like,
my good players are all catching the ball at wide receiver, but outside of that, yeah. I've got some ground to make up in running back.
It is interesting, dude. If this is a dead zone flip season, you would dominate. And here's the thing, Judkins looked awesome. Ramondre Stevenson apparently, Travion Henderson, every bit of news has been bad, which is crazy. And then Tony Pollard back 1,000-yard rushing seasons. And when the team looked better down the stretch, he looked better, right? Like the Titans started the year, they looked terrible. And then especially early in the year, they had a lot of illegal procedure penalties, which is like a rookie QB business to a T. But down the stretch, when they pulled it together, he looked great. Like the team looked pretty good. So, I mean, it could work. I wouldn't stop taking stabs now, though. I think maybe sprinkle a couple more guys on there. I'll be interested to see. You're also gonna need a quarterback too, Sport.
You don't need quarterbacks. That's a myth. That is a myth in fantasy football leagues that you need to draft quarterbacks. I do not subscribe to it.
That's my toxic trait, dude. Is just neglecting quarterback and just cruising into third place. Dude. Just
our buddy Dave Kluge was doing a 14-teamer, 30-round best ball draft last night, and people were just gobbling up quarterbacks. And it hits to the end, and he's like, I've got Geno Smith, Daniel Jones, and Aaron Rodgers. And I was like, dude, that'll play in a best ball league.
Fine. Yeah. You could piece it together. You could survive. I mean, that's the thing.
I was going to say, I looked at the rest of his draft. He didn't mention the other quarterbacks he drafted. Cade Klubnik, Shador Sanders. Those were also quarterbacks that ended up on his team in this 30-round 14-team draft.
Dude, imagine if the Jets are so bad that Cade Klubnik has to play. What is the upside? What is the Jets? The worst team in the league is somehow so bad they need to bench their quarterback. Cade Klubnik's going to come in, and that's going to change.
Oh, let's see what he's got.
That's scary.
He did nothing at Clemson. Maybe he'll do something here.
I will say, he really statistically was just average. But you know what? Some of these, he's been looking okay. Apparently, Garrett Nussmeyer's looked all right. So who knows? But I will say this: 4 of the top 5 quarterbacks last year came from outside the top 12 in ADP. Did they not? Yep. Right. So
the top, yeah.
Literally, it was Josh Allen was picked as 1, and he finished 1, and then the other 4 of the top 5 were outside the top 12. So
Stafford, Trevor Lawrence, it's just guys that were QB 16 and later in drafts.
Keep going, dude.
Drake May was 2, but he was QB 16,
right?
Yeah. I just did the QB episode yesterday, and this is my mantra. I wait on quarterback, and we're at round 11 now. Am I the only team that's not taking one?
No, there's second and third teams as well.
This is such an industry knock.
I don't have to worry about those 2 teams because they're not going to touch them. Now, I've got 2 quarterbacks I want. I'm looking at Jeff Bolt. He's got Caleb Williams. I'm not sure he's going to tap quarterback again. Jake's definitely not going to touch quarterbacks. He's got Josh Allen. Justin Herbert, my QB5 this year. I don't think Hutch will take a second one. Jaden Daniels, though. So I'm actually going to pass on quarterback. And if these teams take quarterback after me, they're just trying to troll me. And I'm going to throw another.
It's funny for everybody listening. That is funny.
Yeah, we all know what to do.
Yeah, it is. That's such a birthday move just to stick it to. We did that to one of my buddies 10 years ago. I still remember he had to start Kerry Collins at quarterback, which was very funny.
If anyone drafts a quarterback here around this turn, I will rationalize it with my full heart as the best pick you could have made.
Yeah, we've done the opposite of that move once too. One of my buddies put in his own queue and then auto drafted on Yahoo, and the system started taking quarterbacks for him, and everyone stopped taking them to just let him auto draft 6, right? So this guy auto draft 6 quarterbacks. He trades 2 of them, drops the rest to waivers, and just adds a bunch of rookies. Dude, the 3 rookies he added were rookie Odell Beckham Jr., rookie Mike Evans, and rookie Jeremy Hill. And I think he lost 2 of his first 3 and then never lost again.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
Coop, so I'm gonna let you pick my next tight end, my only tight end so far, between Goddard, Gadsden, and Henry, or Kenyon Sadiq. I don't want a Jet.
So here's the thing: Kenyon Sadiq, I don't mind as a stash, but you can't draft him as your first tight end because he could be a complete zero, right? You got to go yin and yang tight end with a safe one. And for the first time ever, I actually don't mind Dallas Goedert, because the problem with Dallas Goedert has been he's had no path to being a top 2 target on his team for forever, right? He was behind Ertz, and then after that, they had A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Right now, you're basically betting on Mekhi Lemon versus Dallas Goedert. And Lemon has missed a lot of camp here. I really don't think Dontavian Wicks is really going to come in and be such a target force that Goddard can't be a guy. So I think Goddard's a very safe guy. And then I would circle back and potentially draft a second tight end, right? I mean, I look at a guy like Jake Ferguson. Nobody in their right mind is penciling him in to get more targets than CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens. Ferguson's just not really a guy I love picking for that reason. Like last year, he was tight end 2 in the 5 games that CeeDee Lamb was banged up. And in the other games, he was tight end 20 in points per game, right? So there you go.
All right. Goddard it is. That's the easy sell for me.
And Lawrence off the board. Joey, I'm hoping that was one of your guys. And I can't tell you
it was not.
Joey, you should have just taken Trevor Lawrence there. Why didn't you just take Trevor Lawrence?
No, the number 4 quarterback last year still on the board. And what is this? The 11th round?
I made my bones with Trevor Lawrence last year when I told everybody to draft him, and it panned out for me. I'm going to let other people enjoy him this year.
Oh, dude, you're such a hipster. That's such a hipster move, dude. Oh, I like Trevor Lawrence before it was cool, but now I don't like him. Now I don't like him because he's on the radio.
No, I definitely wanted him to fall back to me, and I did not think that Jeff Bolt was going to take another quarterback.
You got caught.
Very irritated. But I've got some. There is a late round quarterback that I do like a lot this year. There are 2 actually that I'm really in on.
This badly.
Tell us what they
this
are. Who
range of quarterbacks is like my sweet spot. And I'm just going to say names out because I do like these guys a lot, and I like taking 2 of them. I'm just going to go down the queue, so I'm not giving away who I'm going to take, though. Jackson Dart, Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, QB2 on a points per basis last year. Bo Nix, top 7 quarterback last year. Brock Purdy, and Jared Goff. Jared Goff's been a top 10 quarterback 4 years in a row, and people keep ranking him, myself included, outside of their top 12 quarterbacks. They need to stop it. This Lions defense or offense is going to pass a ton this year. I moved him up to my QB 12 today. I got him in my QB 15. I'm like, I need to stop this. Jared Goff, he just consistently puts it on the field for us. And when the Goff games are, it's when he's at home. When he's indoors, you play Jared Goff.
Yeah, we love second in passing yards per game last year, which is pretty crazy.
Of that list you just mentioned, Joey, Bo Nix is the one that stands out to me. He's the one I'm going to be least surprised if next year we're talking about multiple tiers higher. Like, I'm not saying he's the most likely to do it, but he's the most likely, I think, to make as big of a jump. Another year in Sean Payton's offense, they add Jalen Watt. Like, this just seems like a team that's setting him up to break out. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But don't be shocked if he jumps up a tier or 3 going into next season.
Right. And Patrick Mahomes and Matthew Stafford, if they were the MVP of the league, nobody'd be shocked.
Nope.
Jackson Dart, every quarterback to run 5 times a game. I pulled this up. Every quarterback to run 5 times a game and play at least 16 games, right? So just basically play the year and run 5 times a game, which is 85 times. Every one of those guys has finished top 10 in fantasy for a decade now.
That's
the last guy, you have to go all the way back to Colin Kaepernick in like 2013 to find the guy that was running 5 times a game and didn't finish top 10. Jackson Dart last year ran 86 times in only like 12 starts. So, I mean, the floor for that guy, if he stays healthy, is essentially top 10, unless he's going to break the stat. The guy I think could ruin that stat is actually Malik Willis, because I wonder, he's going to run enough, but I wonder if he could give us a little Colin Kaepernick action here.
Everything around Malik Willis has me worried, though, in Miami. Like, it's nice hearing that Caleb Douglas standing out in camp, and I just can't see how they're going to win games, and then I just don't see a whole lot of fantasy points. I could be wrong, but you mentioned Jackson Dart. With these quarterbacks in this range, what I'm looking for is, okay, what guy here has something that might take him to the next level? Simon mentioned Bo Nix. I'm moving up a couple tiers. He just got Jalen Waddle. Jackson Dart has never got to play with Malik Neighbors. We've not got to see what that looks like. Getting a true wide receiver like Malik Neighbors to throw the ball to, and I'm sad Wan'Dale Robinson's gone, because I would have loved to see both of them on the field for Jackson Dart. But I think that could be the thing that Dart takes the next step forward. And Jeff Bolt, if you take Dart, like, good.
I'm just getting such weird vibes from that Giants team, and I know that's not hard analysis, but soft analysis matters too. And the energy out of New York is weird. Like the Harbaugh vibes are competing with the New York vibes, are competing with the Jackson Dart vibes, or like it's a weird noise that isn't sending one signal, and I don't like it.
I like it.
What if what if Malik Neighbors is just so cool that Jackson Dart doesn't know how to act around him?
Yeah,
like,
that's
he's just awkward.
He's so good at football. He's like, God, he's just so cool and so good at football.
It's like when you beat your
so
hero.
well.
Yeah, you catch good. Right? Him and Cam's Caterpillar are just like, oh,
did you see that?
What do I do with my hands? He's so good.
So friggin' cool.
There is
run.
There is trading in this league. I just want to point that out in our players league, so you can make trades, and I'll be accepting all of your running back trades.
I love the Woody Marks pick right there.
You're gonna be fine, dude. As always, though, too much Brian. That's how you do yin and yang tight end right there, dude. Dalton Kincaid, Juwan Johnson, bing bang. Because Kincaid, he's got a decent floor. He could have upside if he plays more, but the floor is good. And then Juwan Johnson, I mean, with Jordan Tyson missing time here, once again, could be a guy, man. So that's how you do that right there. Love that. Too much Brian, probably my friend that knows the most about movies.
I'm just gonna listen. Brian knows more about movies than I do, but I will say I know more about films than he does.
That is actually so accurate. That is so accurate. Somebody's got to step up. Somebody's got to step up for the movies, though, dude. Somebody's got to root for Batman while you guys are picking Cape Fear or whatever.
Cape Fear is cinema. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Coop. Don't get me cussing on this show.
Cape Fear was good. But what was the Robin Williams Fog movie that you guys were liking?
Insomnia.
Insomnia. I'm like, you're gonna pick Insomnia over Batman. I'm leaving right now.
Yeah. No, I think you and I were on lockstep on that Christopher Nolan draft.
Yeah, we were.
I'm just really more of a YouTube video guy.
Yeah,
YouTube rules. In fact, speaking of, quote me, and you can quote me on that. I gotta go. I hear the kiddo getting in the tub.
Dude,
right now.
thank you for stopping by.
Of course, dude. Of course, man. And I can't believe you salvaged this draft, dude, because it was looking dicey there. Get another running back, would you?
I don't know. I don't know if I need another one. I got
three. I got three. When I come back, I want to see some super insanely high risk, high reward running back on that bench. Okay.
I'm just gonna take Nick Singleton or something.
Right. I don't know. Happy birthday, buddy. Love you.
Thank you, buddy. Love you too.
You guys have fun. Bye.
See you, Coop.
All right. Well, we're hitting the hour and a half mark. I think we're gonna recap some drafts here. Simon will have you break them down. Jake, you want to head out of here?
Let's do it.
Once we break down a couple teams. Yeah. We should have had this clock in 90 seconds. I apologize, everybody. Jake, I want you to recap your team and just tell us what you like about it. And then Simon, while Jake's doing that, I want you to pick a team out. And I want you to highlight that as your favorite team on the draft board. And then I'll talk about my team a little bit.
All right. I went CeeDee Lamb, Devon Achane, Lad McConkey, Josh Allen, Carnell Tate, which I'm very excited about, Devontae Adams, Hubbard, Blake Corum, Xavier Worthy, Mike Washington, Dallas Goedert, and Malik Washington. Got all the Washingtons on my team right now. I hinted at it a little bit. I'm too high on Cam Ward, but I'm super excited for Carnell Tate in this offense. I just feel like he's going to be, dare I say, Egbuka level production from last year early on. Okay. We will see. He's the high upswing rookie that I really wanted.
Sorry, I'm just shaking my head at Charlene and taking Brock Purdy. Dart and Purdy would have been actually, that would have been combo the same bye week. So I'm glad you took him, Charlene. Let me talk about my team a little bit. I started off with JSN, then took Brock Bowers. Great 1-2 punch there to start my draft. Zay Flowers, Emeka Egbuka to follow that. Getting Egbuka, Buccaneers fan. Love to see that for my team. I went running back after that. Quinshon Judkins, Ramondre Stevenson with that news of Travion Henderson. We're not exactly sure what's going on there. And then Tony Pollard after there. Coop said it, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. I like that pick actually quite a bit. And then I went on a wide receiver run because I just saw a lot of value. Josh Downs, Stephon Diggs, Jacoby Myers, Deebo Samuel. I said this draft, we can make trades after this. I imagine one of those wide receivers will no longer be on my team. I'll probably send one of those guys off for somebody like Chris Rodriguez or a Zach Charbonnet. And then I got Jackson Dart as my quarterback. I'm going to take another quarterback at some point in this draft. I still see a lot of value at a QB2 because I do trust Jackson Dart as my QB1. So I'm liking my team. I think it'll play. Simon, what is the team that stands out to you?
We've mentioned it a couple times, and I've gone back and forth between a couple. Shout out to Frank. Love some of your picks. The DJ Moore pick is a great value. Amarion Hampton in the middle of the second I like. But I'm going to go with, at the 12 spot, too much Brian. I love the upside that Brian managed to capture on this team. I feel like without sacrificing too much floor. A.J. Brown and Jalen Waddle being on these new teams, I think pushes them down ever so slightly. But A.J. Brown with Drake May and a pass-heavy offense has the opportunity. We talk about range of outcomes. He's one of the guys that could finish in that top spot. I'm not calling for it, but Jalen Waddle, not nearly that level of upside. But again, high-powered offense coming from a run-heavy offense last year. Sky's the limit. I don't love the running back situation, but I think it's stable, and I love the rest of the team.
Okay.
Coop already hit on their tight ends.
I am 3 away. Barbara Bryant. There's a guy I really want here with my next pick. It's somebody that if somebody goes down, we have seen that person step up and have RB1 overall upside in this league. Maybe I've shown my hand a little too much to Barbara, but I'm hoping she doesn't. Nope, she did not. Well, I mean, she did take a guy I was kind of describing, but I love Ray Davis this year. In this Buffalo Bills offense, if something were to happen to James Cook, Ray Davis would be a superstar. So I like that pick. Well, guys, I think we've reached the end of the show. Chat, I want to thank you so much for hanging with us. Thank you to all our guests. Simon, real quick, what do we got going on? What do you have going on? Tell us about everything.
We just launched the Frank Open. It is our new rankings contest. So if you think you know ball, you can come put it on the record over at frank.frontyardfantasy.com. It is a season-long fantasy rankings competition. You just got to rank your top 100. You can check out the math on the site. We'll lock it in, compare it against the market, get the highest score, and then you can brag that you know more ball than your friends, or at least me and JL. So that's what we got going on. Check us out in the mornings at 9:15 a.m. Eastern time, where JL and I are playing games, talking ball, answering questions. Joey joins us from time to time over there too. And join the Frank Open, frank.frontyardfantasy.com.
Absolutely. Every Thursday, I pop in there with the boys. And Simon, we will be hanging out tomorrow night on the CBS St. Jude's Podathon, where we will try to break our 0-for-3 streak against the CBS boys and beat them in trivia, which we should do because that's what we do.
The odds are stacked against us, but I will never not have faith that we're going to win going into
it. If we don't win tomorrow, we are the Buffalo Bills of that show. Like we make it to the show, and then we have lost 4 years in a row.
That's okay.
But thank you, Simon, so much for being here. I see Joe Bryant saying happy birthday to me. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you for having me.
You are the best co-host in the biz right now with me doing this every week. I appreciate you so much. I feel like I didn't let you talk enough. So is there anything you'd like to say, Jake?
No.
All right, guys, it was great.
Oh my gosh.
All right into my trap. Go ahead. What, Jake?
Am I on the clock right now? What's happening? Happy birthday, Joey. We love you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being born. Thank you for allowing us
having another birthday.
Mm-hmm. I greatly appreciate it. It means the world to me that every year I get to make these little shows I've done it for years at FYF of making my birthday show, this big event. And every year I seem to make it bigger. And but people keep showing up, so I appreciate it. But until next week, I'm not going to make you watch the video again, folks, but get in your drafts. Hopefully we're getting you some good strategy this evening. We've had a lot of sharp minds on here. Go back through, look at some of these picks, look at some of these builds, and use it to help craft your leagues. Also, Draft Dominator is available. I used it all night long to make pretty much all of my picks so that I could keep talking. And Draft Dominator did me good. It did what I like to do. I like to wait on quarterback, and I got myself a top 12 quarterback, according to Joey Wright and Jackson Dart in the 12th round, and I love that. So until next week, where Jake and I will be doing, was it 2026 trivia, like looking at to the season?
Yep, getting ready for the season.
And then just to let everybody know, once we get in season, the show is going to be a lot more Q&A. So bring your questions to Jake and I every week. We're going to answer them. Bring your start and sit questions. If you've got some trade questions, bring them all in. We're going to break them down. We'll have a couple less trivia questions every week so we can get through some of your questions. We love you so much, chat. Thank you for being here with us, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Keep smiling.